Okay, in this video we're just going to look at how we can get infinite power on Lumix cameras, and we're using the DCC18 dummy battery, which is one of the new products from Lumix, and I've done a video recently about it, so I'll link to that up in the corner. But essentially it's a dummy battery with a USB-C output. So what we can do is plug the battery into here, run it through the bottom, shut the battery door. I mean, this works a bit better when the camera's mounted, but I can kind of lie the camera down. And then what I'm going to use for the power source is I've just got if I show you that side, it's just an Anchor power supply. It's a USB PD power supply, one of their IQ supplies. You don't need this exact charger. To be honest, as long as it's a USB-C PD charger, you should be alright. You know, there's various different ones you can get, but this is the one I'm using. So it's got a USB-C end to it. So all we do is just make sure the camera is switched off, and then I'll just plug this into a power source, and then we just take the two ends, put them together, and then you should be able to see on here, just flip the screen, when we hit the on button you can see the camera's running, and essentially that is going to give kind of infinite power, because the only thing that can break that power is if we pull this apart, which obviously I wouldn't recommend, or if the power trips or runs out, and then obviously it's going to stop. And that will give you unlimited recording essentially, because even on cards like the GH6 that we've got here that have the mismatched card slots, you can still do things like relay recording, which I'll link up to in the corner, so you can still kind of hot swap with this. There are other ways of doing this. If you've got the older DCC18 adapter, which is the one that goes out to kind of like a barrel jack, you can get the it's the AC, I can't remember if it's 10 or 12, I think it's the AC12, no, AC10, and then you can basically get that as a power adapter that links into there. I've done a video about that, so I'll link to that up in the corner. So either of those will give you unlimited power. There's actually a official Panasonic USB-C adapter coming out at some point. I've not seen it in stock anywhere, but it's kind of like the counterpart piece to this dummy battery, so they'll probably start popping up at some point. But these parts usually, you know, the actual dummy batteries, they're sort of 30 to 40 pounds or dollars. This end of it is usually more like kind of 60 to 70, so it's the more expensive side of it. But like I say, as long as you've got a USB-C PD plug and lead, and you know it's good quality, you know, and you're happy to run it through your camera, you can test it and see if it works. You know, everything really is regulated through this dummy battery, through the USB-C PD port. So you know, you can give it a try and sort of see if it works. But it's a really good way to get, you know, unlimited power basically into the camera. So if you're in a studio situation or event shooting and you've got access to power, you don't have to keep swapping batteries all day or try and mount V-mounts and, you know, switch power out. So I'd seen a couple of things where they're saying it's kind of unlimited power and they have a V-mount attached, and that's not technically true, because you know, I've got V-mounts, and I mean they're 99 watt-hour V-mounts, and they're big, you know, they're big batteries, but they don't technically last all day. I mean, I wouldn't say they do. You can get 155s and even bigger than that, but you know, there's no way to hot swap them. So if the battery does run out, if you're running a monitor or anything else, obviously it's going to drain quicker. You know, they're not going to last all day. It's not really infinite power. There's no sort of hot swap for those V-mounts, unless you've got a specific V-mount hot swapping battery solution, you know, going on. So that's kind of another thing. But yeah, this is just a nice solution, you know, that you might be able to utilize for not really that much money if you've already got a AC plug and you just get yourself the dummy battery. So yeah, hopefully you found that helpful. If you have, give the video a like. If you want to see more content like this, check out the Lumix playlist on this channel, and please subscribe.